Good morning, it's Brooke from Summer Hill Farm Botanicals, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about our skincare line, which includes our lip soothers, both with and without color, our moisture stick. You can sort of see it, there's a glare. I'm still working on this lighting thing. 2 shades of blush. We have the blush stick. I'm horrible at this. I'll get better, I promise. The blush stick in berry, and this goes on really sheer, by the way, and the blush stick in poppy, and then we have a radiant stick in pink radiance. This adds, it works as a highlighter, but it's really subtle, especially if applied properly. And then we have the radiant stick in gold. And the gold, which is really hard to see on this, but I'll show you. I'll apply that one today. That can make you look washed out if you don't use it carefully. So I'll show you a great way to apply it. People have different styles of wearing makeup, and some want the makeup to show up a lot and the contouring and everything. I'm not skilled at doing that, for one, and I really prefer the look of just looking healthy, not having my makeup jump out. And that's just preference. Whatever you want, go for it. I would support you 100%. But for me, I just want it to be a subtle enhancement and just look happy, healthy, glowing, and so that's my goal. So the lip soother has some great ingredients. This is the lip soother with no color. It is made with jojoba oil and vitamin E and other great ingredients. I don't use a scent or a flavor. My goal is to have a really pure product, and as I've discussed in my other video, I'm allergic to everything under the sun. So the simpler and the more pure, the better. So this is the lip soother with no color, which I use all the time, and I just put it on. Love it. I also have a lip soother in berry, and it looks really dark, but it goes on, it's pretty subtle. And the first time I apply it, I don't usually put it over the clear lip soother, by the way. I'm just going to do it for the sake of showing you it. I kind of color it on, so a lot of coloring. I have a mirror behind here, I have to look at that. And then it adds an ever so subtle bit of color, which is what I like. And then when I put it on after this, I don't have to color it so much. It's just the first time. It sort of stains your lips, and then when I reapply it, it just it returns the stain, but you don't have to do it so much. For my skincare routine in the evening is different than the morning. So in the evening, I still use store-bought makeup remover face cleanser. I have a really good recipe that I put together for a homemade one. However, it smells like stale beer. It's just not ideal. So I am still working on that. I'll probably have to take out one of the really good ingredients. But it has honey, and it has coconut oil, and it has some other really good ingredients, but together the scent is just not pleasant. And no matter how good it is, if it doesn't smell good, who's going to use it, right? So right now I'm still using a store-bought face wipe. And then after every time I wash my face, or when I get up in the morning, I always use witch hazel. So I take one of those cotton discs and saturate it in witch hazel, and just my whole face, eyebrows, around my, don't get it in your eyes, of course, but all around my face, even on my neck. Witch hazel is, it's an amazing product. It's been around for more than 100 years. It comes from a tree. It's extracted from the bark, and it is so successful with your skincare because it has a lot of tannins in it, and that's an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it just works as a great astringent. So I use that after to remove any remnants of the face wipe cleaner or oil on my skin, and then let that dry. At night, I use my face serum, which I forgot to bring a bottle with me down here to show you, but it is jojoba oil, vitamin E, rosehip seed oil. I put some sometimes I put some rose geranium essential oil, which is really good for your skin. Happens to bother my skin, so I don't use it on my own bottle. But frankincense and myrrh, which is really good for your skin, anti-aging properties. Awesome stuff. My skin just feels great after I use it. In the morning, I only use witch hazel. I don't wash my face again. I just go over it with witch hazel, and then I use the Summer Hill Farm Botanicals Moisture Stick. Okay, we'll work on that. Trust me, it's a green labeled tube and it goes on great. It's got jojoba oil, um, rosehip seed oil, drew a blank. It has candelilla wax, which is a plant-based wax, vitamin E. It's really good for your skin. It will also leave a protective layer on your skin. It does not have sunscreen. I'll save that conversation about sunscreen and FDA regulations for another day, but for my products that I sell, I don't put sunscreen in it. There's a whole lot of regulations that you have to abide by, and you're open to inspections and testing randomly, and I just don't want to open myself up to that sort of problem, even though I fully stand behind my products and I use them, my family uses them. For a sales point of view and liability point of view, it's just, you know, find a good sunscreen that works and you can put it under this or on top of it and it'll work. So to use the moisture stick, I just go across my forehead, I go around my eyes, I go backwards C there, and I'll explain that in a minute, and around my mouth. And then we just distribute it. I don't want to rub it off, I want to rub it in. Jojoba oil is actually a wax. It's not an oil, and it's the closest thing to our skin's natural sebum or oil, so it's a really good product. I'd put it in everything if I could. It's really good. I do a backwards C here with the moisturizer because we rub out when we put moisturizer on and it tends to build up in the hairline, and if you don't distribute that and rub it in, you can get breakouts in here. So I always go this way, then rub it out. It just works better. Make sure I've got it all rubbed in. Sometimes your face might get a little red from doing that, but it'll be okay in a minute. And a lot of times, that's it. I don't put a lot of makeup on. Kind of depends on my mood more than what I'm doing and where I'm going. So I work outside a lot. I work for state parks, and a good part of my job is out in the woods, so it's not really about what I look like when I'm going out. It's mostly about how I feel and if I need to pick me up. I don't use blush that often, so I have rosacea. And rosacea is a condition in your skin that makes it red, and sometimes the veins stick out. With some people it's worse than others. Mine is literally about 80% better than it used to be. My face used to get so red that my dermatologist was going to recommend me using some prescription medicine on it. I declined for a while to see what I could do on my own, and I'm glad I did. But people would come up to me and ask me, have you been out in the sun, or do you feel okay, you look flushed? And I usually would say, I'm fine, it's my Irish background, you know, but really it's rosacea. And so right in here is for me where I get more red. You can kind of see it. It's red because I just rubbed the moisture stick in, but there's also some veins showing. It is about 80% better than it used to be. My face used to be really red. When I started using my products and not using store-bought products, it improved, like I say, about 80%. I can't explain it. I'm not a doctor. I just know that my products are made with minimal quality ingredients, and that's the result. So that's that. So because of rosacea, though, I rarely used blush. I mean, I'd go to, before I had my own line, I'd go to Clinique or some other, you know, great line of product, and they would help you choose makeups, and then like, what would you like for blush? Do I look like I need blush? No, I don't. So now I can get away with wearing a little bit, but I usually opt for, so we have the berry blush. That's what is there. Kind of see it. That's what that is. It's the blush stick in berry. It is all natural. I use beetroot pulp to get the color. It's really hard to work with, but when you get it, it works really well. This is also lip safe. So if you wanted to, for the blush sticks, you could use it on your face, wherever you put blush, and your lips, and around your eyes. It's safe for all of that. Personally, I don't think that we should use things on our mouth and then use it around our face and on our mouth and on our face, because our mouth, we can brush our teeth 15 times a day, we still have germs, so I don't think it's a good idea, but you can. if you don't have a problem with that. The ingredients are safe to do so. Same with the moisture stick. It's green. Same with the blush stick in Poppy. It's red, sort of. It goes on really sheer. Lip safe, eye safe, skin safe, of course. This is really good for people with either very fair skin or olive or dark skin. It goes on really nice. And then we have the Radiant Sticks, and these are also safe for eyes, lips, and of course skin. I give up. I can almost see it. This is the shade I use most often. This is the Pink Radiant Stick. It's got a little bit of iridescence. It's meant to be used as a highlighter. So you can use it as a highlighter in areas that you want to draw a little bit of tension. It's not a glitter, it's not a frost, it's not a, a really bold thing if applied properly. You use it on your eyebrow, above the cheekbones, a little bit on the chin, a little bit nose, a little bit up here. And this is the gold, yeah, you can't see it. The gold highlighter, used the same way, and that's the one I'm going to use today. So, maybe, I kind of want to use the other one. Okay, I'm going to use the pink one. Just all depends on my mood. So the pink with a little bit of iridescence. The proper way for me to apply this, and I would recommend this, is to take these 3 fingers and color them. Load them up with the stuff. I missed. I have no coordination, sorry. So I've got it on these 3 fingers. Kind of see. Then take the same 3 fingers on this hand, rub it together, distribute it. And then the first thing I do is above the cheekbones. I go a little bit upside the temple and out to the hairline. Then I take one of these hands and go on my forehead right there, up to the hairline. And then the other one a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my nose. And then what's left, and I may reapply some, I go on my brow bone. Let me see a difference. And then blending is your friend, okay? So that's kiwi. Whatever you put on, you want subtle, blend. So that's all I do. Just a little bit of color, a little bit of, can't see it in this washed out video, but it's there. So that's what I do. That's all I do. It pretty much lasts all day. If I want to reapply after 4 or 5 hours, I would just put a little bit of the same color. You can use the gold in addition to this as well, if you wanted to. This is rose gold, so it's got a little bit of rose, a little bit of gold. It's a nice blend of the two. And if I feel like I want a little more, I might 4 or 5 hours later do the same thing I did this morning, but just a lighter hand. Slap myself a little bit. I don't really want more on my eyes. I might do one swipe with a finger of makeup. That's pretty much it. So that's a simple routine, subtle, natural, healthy, good for you. So hope that helps. Have a great day.